So we are starting this session. In continuation of the previous session, we will see different other features in Moodle LMS, and along with Moodle LMS, we will see some other platforms. And at end of this session, I will share all the study materials, this presentation and other content, so that later on you can in your systems. So we were discussing about different features of Moodle LMS, different activities and resources. Is this screen visible to all of you? Please confirm in chat whether you are able to view this screen. Okay, so now we will see how to work with assignments, how to give assignments to the students, and by which way any student can reply to that particular assignment and its grading also. So we will see that. Now you can see I am as a teacher in this account on Chrome web browser. On click of add an activity or resource. So as we have discussed earlier that in activities there are multi-way communication, two-way communication or multi-way communication. Suppose I want to take a survey, I want to work on some particular feedback, I want to participate in some forum, I want to create some workshop. So all these are activities. So activities are those modules in LMS in which multi-way communication take place. So assignment is a multi-way communication because teacher will give assignment, students will respond to that assignment, teacher will grade that assignment, student will view the grading that is done by the teacher, and by this way other assignments can be uploaded. So we will see it. So on click of add an activity or resource, in activities tab we click on assignment, and you can see that we have to put different properties related to that assignment. Suppose I am giving this assignment 1. Okay, what is the description of this assignment? Suppose I want that students should write a case study on applications of Python in blockchain programming. Okay, or in blockchain, simply write a case. So this is the assignment. Okay, so you can see that we can, this is what you see, what you get editor. We can format it, we can put some emoticons also, emoji picker, we can put different type of symbols, and we can put, you can see that symbols can be put and numberings. So if I want to give some hint, that can also be given in form of additional files. Now this assignment, what is the validity of this particular assignment? Allow submissions from today. So today is 11th September. So from today, what is the due date? Due date is, suppose I want to give only 1 day or 2 days. Okay, so 13 is the last date. On 13th September at 5 o'clock, at 5 p.m, automatically this assignment submission will be disabled. Students will not be able to submit the assignment. So this is the due date, 13th September 2020, 5 p.m. Okay, and what is the submission type? Now you can see we are having two options, either online text or file submission. What is online text? Suppose we want that student should reply to that assignment within a text area on web browser. So this is basically this type of interface. So student will write in this type of interface. This is online text. Okay. Or file submission. Suppose we want that, okay, it's up to students wish whether student want to write in text box or they are having some additional PDF file or additional MS Word file, and that should be submitted as an attachment. Okay, so file submission for attachment, online submission. So we have enabled both options. Okay, it's up to students wish whether they want to write or they want to upload some attachment. Now if there is some online text, then how many words? If online text, in that case maximum 2000 words or maximum 1000 words. Okay, rather than copying and pasting so many things, rather than writing so many content, we have restricted that student should reply within 1000 words. If file submissions are there, then how many files student can upload? I know I need that only one file should be uploaded by the student. So as I have asked that, okay, write a case study on applications of Python in blockchain. So rather than students upload 10-20 files, I want that in a single attachment that submission should be done. What will be the file size of that? Maximum 500 KB, rather than JPG files, rather than so many MB files or GB files. We have restricted. Otherwise, what will happen? Our space will be consumed very frequently. Okay, so in 500 KB or in 100 KB file, I want that assignment should be submitted. So I have set that 500 KB. What should be the accepted file types? MS Word, PDF. We can select all these formats and save and display. So as a teacher, I'm giving one assignment to my students that write a case study on applications of Python in blockchain. Now you can see till now one participant is there, submitted 0. It means no student has submitted this assignment. Till now this assignment is given, but no student has responded to this assignment. So obviously if nobody responded, then needs grading 0. So if one submitted, then one grading required. Okay, what is the due date? 13 September. How much time is left? 2 days and 10 hours are left. Okay, is this point clear? How to create an assignment? Up to this point, is it clear? Only in chat you can write. Okay, now I am coming to my student account in Opera. This is my student account in my Opera. I am coming to my course PL101. This is PL101. I want to see what is new thing in my course. You can see that assignment 1 is visible to me as a student. Assignment 1. Now as a student, I come to know, okay, what is this thing that is given by my teacher? So I want to see the assignment that is given by my teacher. Now this is the same assignment that is uploaded by the teacher, but submission status is no attempt. It means I have not attempted this particular assignment so far. Obviously it is not graded. If I have not attempted, in that case it is not graded, obviously. Now I will reply to the assignment, add submission. Now as a student, I will reply to this assignment, add submission. Okay, now this is online text. You can see that online text means within this area I can write my answer. This is online text I can write. Okay, or if I'm having some separate MS Word file, I can upload it, file submission, but I can write here. Okay, like blockchains, Python is having number of libraries and packages for blockchain, including cryptocurrency. Okay, suppose as a student I'm replying to my teacher. Okay, cryptocurrencies development and so. I have written so many things. Okay, and now I'm submitting my assignment here. Save changes. As a student, if I'm having some attachment, I can upload it. So on click of this, I will upload a file. I will upload MS Word file or PDF file, and it will be attached along with that. So save changes. Now as a student, I have submitted my assignment to my teacher. Now you can see my student dashboard, it is visible that my assignment is submitted for grading. Grading status, not graded. I have submitted for grading, but teacher has not checked it. What is the due date? This. What was my answer? This was my answer. Okay, just for an example. Okay, now what I will do? Now I will come again to my teacher account. I'm opening Chrome browser to check this assignment. Now you can see that I am admin user. At top right corner you can see I am a teacher. I have shifted my browser to Chrome so that I can see as a teacher. Now refresh. I am reloading this page to check how many students submitted my assignment. Now you can see that participants 1 submitted 1. Earlier it was 0. Now I came to know as a teacher that 1 student submitted this assignment. Obviously that student or that assignment needs grading. Okay. Now what I will do, view all submissions. Now I want to see which student has replied to my assignment, and I want to give marks to that assignment. On click of view all assignments, and you can see here this student submitted the assignment. You can see this status, Amit Kumar, grade. I can perform grading here. I can do grading here. Submitted for grading online text. Okay, I want to see, okay, this is the text. Okay, now I want to grade this assignment. I want to give marks. On click of this grade. Now as a teacher, I am grading this assignment. On click of grade. And you will see that at right hand side, grade out of 100. I want to give this student 90 marks. And comments, as a teacher, I am giving comments that assignment is okay, but can be improved. Okay, suppose as a teacher I have submitted this comment, marks is 90 or marks 70, and assignment is okay but can be improved. As a teacher I am giving grade. Save changes and show next. Save changes, done, and I am coming to my course. Now as a teacher I have done my task. Now as a teacher I have submitted the grading. I have graded the assignment. Okay, now I will come to my student account. I will see as a student. Okay, now I will become Amit Kumar, a student. I will see how many marks were given by my teacher and what is the comment. Now I am opening Opera. Okay, and this is my teacher, this is my student account, and in my student account I will refresh this page to check whether some grading is done or not. So I have refreshed it. You can see that submitted for grading, and grading status is graded. Earlier it was not graded, now it is converted to graded. You can see that I am a student. Now I want to see how many marks I have obtained from my teacher. You can see that at bottom I can navigate. Grade is 70 out of 100, and feedback comments. This is the same comment that I have entered as a teacher from my teacher account. So student can see that, okay, from this assignment teacher has given me 70 marks, and this is the comment. Okay, is this point clear to all of you? How to work with assignments? Very simple. So teacher is giving assignment, on other panel student is checking, student is replying to that assignment, then teacher is grading to the assignment, then student is checking, okay, how many marks are given by my teacher. Okay, so by this way, so this is an activity, this is two-way communication or multi-way communication. Okay, is this point clear to all of you, how to work with assignments? Is this point clear, how to work with assignment module? Very simple. Now in parallel to Moodle LMS, we will see some cloud platforms also. Which cloud platforms we can use? Okay, there are so many cloud platforms also. There are so many standalone applications available. Okay, and now we will see some quiz module also. Now we will see how to work on quiz module, creating quiz, and this is one of the very important topic in Moodle LMS, how to create a quiz of different types. Okay, in case of Moodle LMS, we can create a quiz with multiple types of questions. I will show first this demonstration on Moodle, and after this I will show you one demo of cloud service. Okay, and along with that there is another platform that can be integrated with Moodle with the name Hot Potatoes. Okay, so we will see different platforms in parallel. First of all, we will see how to create a quiz of multiple choice questions, short answers, okay, true false or long answer type questions. Okay, so multiple type of questions, multiple type of queries we can ask. Now we are coming to teacher panel. This is my teacher dashboard. In this teacher account, add an activity or resource. On click of add an activity or resource, you can see that in activities, quiz is an activity. Quiz is not a resource. Quiz is not one-way communication. Quiz is multi-way communication. So you can see assignment, chat, choice, database, so many things are available. So we want to see quiz. Okay, now quiz is available. Survey is also available. In case if we want to work on simple MCQ type questions, in that case we can use survey also. In many scenarios, you might have seen we have to ask some optional papers, some optional subjects from the students. To get the response from optional subjects or related to optional subjects, what thing is done in traditional way? Simply passing a paper to all the participants, okay, to all the students, okay, and they are asked to write their option. Okay, my option is EC101, second person says that's EC102, and then we check, okay, how many students are in favor of that particular option. Okay, and the highest selected option is given to all of the students. But that is the paperwork, but this thing can be automated very effectively. So we will see, either you can use choice, okay, or you can use survey also. So choice, for multiple choice questions you can use this. Suppose select your optional subject. I want that options should not be changed. by the student once it is given. Okay, allow choice to be updated. Okay, no. More than one choice, no. Limit number of responses, single response. Now suppose this is automata theory. Okay, and this is suppose any other thing, blockchain programming, option 3. Multiple other things can also be integrated. Cryptocurrency development, just for example, Python programming. Okay, and simply save and display. So just to get the feedback. Okay. Now optional subjects, you can see that now as a student I will see. Now this is my student account and I will come to TL101 and you can see that select your optional subject. So so as a student I can mark it. Okay, it is done. This is done. This thing I have done. Okay, if I think that it is not done, I will do it later. Okay, so just to memorize, just to refer it later on, I can enable or disable. Okay, this thing I have done. This thing I have done. Now I have not given my optional subject to my teacher. I want to give it. Select your optional subject. You can see that automata theory. So which option I want to take, and from this panel I can change that setting also. Okay. So as a teacher I am changing the setting. By which way it will be available? Display horizontally or display vertically. So I want that it should be displayed vertically. Save and display. So as a teacher I have changed the interface and now on student account I have refreshed it. Now you can see that it is displayed vertically. Now I want to give my option to blockchain programming. Save my choice. Now you can see that my choice is given to my teacher, and now as a teacher I want to see the responses. As a teacher I will refresh my panel and view one response. You can see that how many students are in favor of blockchain? 1, automata theory 0. So obviously only one student is there, only one student is enrolled. So teacher can easily see, teacher can download it in Excel format, teacher can download in ODS or text format. So by this way how much it is easy to get the options. In same way, suppose you are working on feedback of teachers, ranking of subjects. Okay, or some particular in some particular competition also this thing can be used. Okay, so how many are in favor of this subject? 0. One student is in favor of this subject. So this thing can be automated very effectively. Is this point clear to all of you? How to take options from multiple choice questions, how to take responses responses on feedback, responses on some particular optional subject in multiple choice questions. Is this point clear to all of you? Is this point clear to all participants, how to work on choice module? Now I will show you one cloud application for this. I will show you one cloud applications for this, and you will also participate in this thing. There are so many cloud platforms available, and you can see that this is one of the prominent platform. That is your polleverywhere.com. Is it visible to all of you? Polleverywhere.com. And beside this, there are so many other platforms available where we can create live polling. So I'm logging in with my account, and you can see polleverywhere.com. Is it visible to all of you? There are so many options available. Different type of polls we can create in free. So you can see in polleverywhere.com. So we can integrate it with Moodle also, or we can host it separately and log in. Now sign in with Google. I'm signing in with my Google account, and I'm logging in with my Google account, and I will create a poll and I will send that link to you so that you can also give your feedback. Okay, now I'm creating a poll here. It is mobile compatible also. Create. Okay, create. I'm creating a poll. Multiple choice questions, word cloud, question answers, survey, open-ended, competitions. Okay, donut charts. What is my this? Okay, suppose I want to ask a particular question. Okay, like enter your, please select your optional subject. Okay, blockchain. Okay. Either it can be multiple choice or a survey. Suppose I need a survey. Okay, enter your optional subject, and first is first I want to put as like blockchain, Python, LMS, and this I'm putting here like high performance computing. Okay, I'm creating. You can see that I'm creating this quiz on cloud, and other I'm putting here theory of computations. Okay, only this, and create. Simply create. So you can see that with my simple Gmail account, I have created this quiz on cloud, and I will share it to you. Okay. Now activate. Okay, and I want to see copy response link. Now, dear participants, I am sending you a link and select some choice randomly. All of you have received this link. Please select some option randomly, and I will see your answers here in front of you in real time. Have you received this link? And click on any option just as per your choice. Have you received this link? pollev.com, and submit anything, and you will see the real-time responses here. Simply submit your response on this link that I have sent, and I will show you your responses here. Okay, by this way. So you will simply submit and finish. Okay, so you can see that in real time the options are getting this particular graph will be changed. Okay, dynamically it is changing. Is it visible to all of you that option that this graph is getting modified in real time? Some people can opt for blockchain also. Okay, so that we get the mixture of responses. Okay, so whatsoever options are given by you, it is getting reflected here. Can you see this? That graph is dynamically changing. You can see that graph is dynamically modifying. So how many people are in favor of particular subject? How many people are selecting something? Suppose you are working on some polling, some voting. Okay, it can also be used for voting. Is it visible to all of you? That real-time graphical presentation, real-time graph generation from multiple options that you are given, that you are providing there. Okay, so multiple times you can disable. Okay, we can enable or disable in these settings. Okay, it is just for the demonstration. It is just for the demonstration. Is it clear to all participants how to work with this cloud service? And there are so many other platforms available. So simply create a quiz and send that link to your participants, to your students, so that they can see the responses. So you can see that. We can see participants also, number of participants also, registered participants. Okay, currently we are simply using it directly without anybody's account. Okay, but we can set okay. Is this clear how to use poll everywhere? As one query is there to schedule a class using Teams or Moodle's Teams or Google Meet in Moodle. For that, we have to integrate the plugin. Okay, now we will come to that particular part, how to use it. Okay, now we are taking deployment of on Moodle server, this topic. Now we will see how to work with deployment of on Moodle server. Suppose I don't want to work on Genome.io. I don't want to work on any cloud service. We want to work on dedicated Moodle installation. First of all, we should be clear, we should understand why there is need to install on Moodle server. In which cases on Moodle deployment will be required. If we are using on free Moodle cloud platforms, additional plugins can't be installed. If we are using free Moodle cloud platforms like moodlecloud.com, genomio.com, in that case, you can't install additional plugins. Suppose I need attendance register. I'm repeating this point. Suppose I need, which are additional modules like attendance register, biometric. Okay. Suppose I need video conferencing. Okay, video conferencing. Suppose I need Skype. I need Team Viewer. Okay, so many plugins are available. Hundreds of additional plugins are available which can be integrated in Moodle. But if we are using free Moodle platform, free Moodle cloud, these can't be installed. Why? Because in case of free Moodle installation, yes, if we are deploying our own Moodle server, in that case it will be intranet based, or we will have to host it. Okay, we can host it online. Okay, but there will be full flexibility in on Moodle deployment. If we are if we are deploying on Moodle installation, in that case, there will be full flexibility, complete customization. Complete customization can be done. Is this notepad visible to all of you? Please confirm in chat. Are you able to view this notepad, and are you getting whatever we are discussing here? So full customization can be done in case of own Moodle deployment. What is meaning of full Moodle customization? I can integrate any plugin. Now you can see that Moodle plugins. Moodle.org/plugins. Moodle.org/plugins. Okay, so you can see that so many plugins are available. How many plugins are available? Around 2000 plugins, 1722 plugins are available. It means, and all of these plugins are fully free and open source. Now if I want to take attendance register, so suppose by default in Moodle, attendance register is not available, like present, absent, proxy, leave, medical leave, whatever it is. Okay, these things are not available. This attendance register can be installed via plugin, but if I'm using free cloud, it can't be done. If I'm using own installation, you can see that attendance register is available, and so many plugins are available. Attendance, auto attendance, not for single, so many things available. So you can see that Unicheck plagiarism checker, okay, and unplag plagiarism checker. So these things are available in. So payment gateway. Suppose I want to install Google Pay. I want to work on payment gateway like credit card, debit card. So you can see it is possible only via plugins. So you can see that this type of interface will be available with us in our Moodle. So students or participants can pay via their credit card, debit card, net banking, UPI, or wallets. Okay, by default it is not available. We have to integrate it for online fee submission, online fine submission. Okay, so even Bitcoin is also accepted here. However, in India it is not there. In educational institutes, Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies are not allowed. But if you are using it for personal purpose and your participants can pay via Bitcoin, then it is possible. You can see that Bitcoin payment gateway is also available for Moodle, and PayPal is also available. Open Meeting, so many things are available. Okay, now we will see how to work with that deployment. How to install, how to work with that. So I'm directly opening that screenshot. So and you will see here bitnami.com/stack/moodle/installer. Is it visible to all of you? Please confirm in chat. Is this screen visible to all of you? This is the easiest method. This is the easiest method to install Moodle in your server. Whether you are using Docker or you are using Linux machine or you are having Windows system, simply download Moodle from this. So you can see that download for Windows, download for Linux, download for OS X, and it will be installed directly. Okay, there is no need to install WAMP server. There is no need to install PHP. Actually, the backend programming language of Moodle is PHP. Backend database of Moodle is MariaDB. Earlier it was MySQL, but nowadays it is transforming to MariaDB. Okay, in some flavors, MySQL is also available. In both, you can work either on MariaDB or on MySQL. So as a teacher, if somebody is not from programming background, then there is no need to worry about MariaDB. What is this? What is MySQL? What is PHP? What is Apache? Simply download Moodle from this link and install. Okay. Now what we will do? See this very carefully, because by this way we can work with on Moodle deployment. After installation of Moodle by Bitnami, you will get control panel. You will get control panel in your laptop or computer or server. Okay. After installation of Moodle, this simply download it and install. After downloading it, you will get the control panel. Where is the control panel? Now I'm showing my control panel in my computer. So in start menu, XAMPP control panel, and you will see here, I'm opening here. Now this is the control panel of XAMPP. Is it visible to all of you? Is this visible? Now you can see Apache, MySQL, FileZilla, all things are available. So what I have done, I have downloaded and installed Moodle via Bitnami. Okay, I will share this PPT at end of this session. In that, each and every link is available. So simply use that link and download it. So after downloading and next finish, you will get this interface. First of all, we start MySQL server. So start. After starting MySQL, we start Apache. Only these two things, nothing else. I'm repeating this point. Only after installation of Bitnami Moodle, we open the control panel. First, we initiate MySQL server and then Apache server. After this process, what we do? We open Moodle in localhost. What is localhost? Localhost is that system which is working as a server without a network interface card. Okay, not more technically I will discuss it, because many of you might not be aware with this, but you can simply consider that if one computer is a server as well as a client. I am using my laptop as a server, however it is not a server, it is a simply PC. Okay, I will use my computer as a server. Okay, and I'm not having any real-time IP address, I'm not having any actual IP address. So without using actual IP address, I can use this IP address 127.0.0.1/Moodle. So what is 127.0.0.1? This is known as localhost. Now you will see that Moodle will open in my laptop. So what is meaning of this? Its meaning is that I am using Moodle server on my own system without any actual IP address. So this is your local host. Now you can see that this is the deployment. So when I will prepare my Moodle completely, when I will configure my courses completely, after that what I will do, I will purchase actual IP address from BSNL, from TCS, from Airtel, or from Vodafone. Okay, suppose from some company I have purchased IP address like this 98.89.100.10. In that case, this will be my real-time IP address, and I will have to pay for it. And so obviously I will not give this IP address to my participants, to my students, because it will be very difficult to remember. I will link this with my name, mylms.com/Moodle. So what is my LMS? My LMS is this 98.89. So we have to purchase it. But before purchasing, we have to configure our server in our own laptop, in our own system. If if in our local computer everything is going fine, then we upload this complete website on cyberspace after taking real-time IP address. Okay, and its cost vary depending upon companies to companies. You can take from GoDaddy, you can take from Big Rock, you can take from Big Adda, you can take from Airtel, from Vodafone. Okay, in that case 127.0.0.1 will be replaced with some IP address or domain name. Suppose your website is abc.edu.in, okay, or abc.gov.in, or abc.edu, okay, or whatever it is. Now I'm logging in to this Moodle server that is in my computer, and you will see that this is admin, and I'm logging in with my admin account. So this is local installation of Moodle, local deployment of Moodle in my system, and I will show you the demonstration of attendance register, how to use attendance register in my Moodle deployment. And you can see that in my own Moodle deployment there is no advertisement. Is it visible? Is it visible that no advertisement is available? There is no JioMart, there is no Reliance, there is nothing else. Okay, only Moodle is there. There is no advertisement. Why? Because I am using my own deployment. You will not see even a single advertisement here. Now I will click here on site home. On site home, same procedure. At top right corner, you can see that it is advertisement free. There will be no advertisement. If there will be advertisement, then those advertisements will be set by me. Nobody else can put any advertisement. I will put advertisement. I will take payment from the sponsors, and those advertisements I will put here. Okay, anybody else can't put here any advertisement because it is my own server. Okay, now turn editing on, and you can see that in my local Moodle deployment you will see so many features available. So one course I have already created here with the name My Course, and I will show the demonstration of attendance sheet also. So you can see here, add an activity or resource. On click of add an activity or resource, you will see so many features available. So on click of add an activity or resource here, and now it is loading, and you will see additional features which are available in local deployment. You can see that attendance register. Okay, so these things are not available on free cloud. In case of free cloud, you will not get attendance. You will not be able to install it. I will show you how to install additional plugins also. So on click of attendance, you can integrate it. And suppose I want to take attendance of my students. On click of this attendance, okay, now on click of this attendance, suppose I want to take attendance. Okay, add session. Now I want to put a session. Add session means class or a particular session. Okay, add session you can put here. And any name, session 1, and add. Now this one session is added. Now you can see that on 11th September, I want to take some attendance. So now at 12 o'clock, there is one class, and I want to take the attendance. So on click of take attendance, you will see it is showing that present, leave, E for excused, A for absent. Is it visible to all of you? So this student I want to mark as absent and save attendance. Is it visible to all? You can see that P, L, E, and A. These 4 default options are available. Present, leave, excused, or A. Suppose I want to modify this. I don't need this excused. I need only present, leave, or absent. For that, what we will do? You can see here in settings. On click of this settings, multiple options are available, and you will be able to put this. Okay, in this edit settings. So multiple settings, we'll see how to give marks of attendance. Okay, this is okay. And on click of this, status set, is it visible to all of you? Status set, on click of this status set tab, I want that only present, leave, and absent should be visible. You can see that on click of status set. Which status I want to put? For present, 2 points, for late 1, I don't need this excused, so remove it. So we can remove this excused and continue. Now you can see that only 3 status we are having: present, leave, and absent. For present, 4 marks, for 4 points, for leave 1 point, and for absent and 0. Available for students in minutes. Okay, automatically set when not marked. If I have not marked, in that case, whether it should be present or absent. Suppose today's attendance I have not marked, then under which category it should come by default, whether it should be present or absent. Okay. So present, late, absent. You can put M for medical, E for excused, or any other thing. Now I want to mark the attendance, and you can see on click of this session, is it visible to all of you? Now that E is removed, only present, leave, and absent. Now I want to put it at present. On click of this link that this student is present, save attendance. And as a teacher, I can see the report how many students are having less than 75% attendance, how many students are having 100% attendance, how many you can see that below 100%. Currently we are having only 1 student, so this student is having 100% attendance. If I want to see somebody less than 60% attendance, less than 75% attendance, greater than 90% attendance, okay, export. We can export it in external Excel sheet also. Suppose I want to take all these in Excel sheet separately, so that I can take its printout, or I can save it in a particular folder. You can see that attendance, this attendance sheet is created and it is downloaded here. Now I can view this attendance sheet in Excel. So export facility is available. You can see that attendance is exported. So student 1, and you can see that how much percentage is there, how many sessions were taken, 2 out of 2. So it will be flooded with a list of participants. If there are so many participants, so by this way, so if we simply copy and paste it, so by this way a complete list of flooded data will be available with us. Okay. Is this point clear? Is this point clear to all of you? How to use attendance link, how to use attendance register in this, on this platform? Is this point clear to all of you? Now we will see another very important topic, installation of additional plugins, which is one of the very important topic, because if you are creating your own Moodle server, if you are deploying Moodle for your own organization, if you need to integrate additional Moodle plugins, then how to use it? So simply we will go to open moodle.org/plugins. I will show you its demo also. Okay, I will show its demo also. Second, download zip file of plugin. Third, install in Moodle site administrator. Okay, and done. This is the process to install any plugin. Suppose I want to install plagiarism checker. I want to install payment gateway. I want to install video conferencing, Skype, TeamViewer, any module that is available on Moodle plugins, Moodle plugins directory. Its zip file is available. We download that zip file and install in Moodle administrator. So I'm opening this moodle.org/plugins. Now I want to install some plugin. Okay, suppose anything you can take. Okay, there are so many plugins available. Any plugin you can take. Suppose this math type, you want to create some mathematical equations. For that you need a plugin. Okay, or suppose I need for diagram, or I want to take LaTeX format. I want to work on LaTeX format. I think most of you might be aware with LaTeX file format. So question text format. TinyMC chemistry editor. Suppose you are teaching chemistry subject and you need some equations for that. Flowchart if you want to integrate. Okay, PDF files. Suppose we see this flowchart. Okay, so you can see that this is available, and download. Okay, or activity, you can see under which category it will come. Actually, whenever we download it, it will be downloaded in form of zip. So I want to take in activity. Okay, attendance you can take. For attendance, there are so many plugins available. Auto attendance is available. Active, this iPoll, webinar. So you can see that webinar. Suppose I want to use this webinar. Okay, and download. So rather than using Google, Cisco WebEx or any other, we can use it also. Okay, download. So one webinar we are downloading. You can see that this webinar.zip file is downloaded. And some other plugin we will see which other plugins are available, and we will install these plugins. Now, along with this webinar, I want to install this parental portal. Okay, or this at auto attendance. I want to take this at auto attendance. Okay, two modules, two plugins we will download and we will install it. Now you can see this auto attendance we are downloading. Okay, its zip file is downloaded. Now what we will do? After downloading the zip file, we will go to site administration. Now, as a Moodle administrator, I want to install auto attendance and webinar in my Moodle LMS. So I will go to in my site administration. And you can see that, is it visible to all of you? In site administration, is it visible? After downloading the plugin from Moodle plugins, we will come to site administration. In site administration, we will come to plugins. You can see here, we will come to plugins. Is this process visible to all of you? To install additional plugins. And in plugins, you can see install plugins. Now I will click on install plugins. It will ask me to upload the zip file. So you can see it is asking me to upload the zip file which I have downloaded from Moodle plugin directory. I'm repeating this point. To install any additional plugin, first of all, we download that zip file from plugin directory, and same zip file we upload here. Now we are uploading this. So upload a file. I will upload some plugin, this block attendance register. Okay, upload this. And after uploading this, install plugin from the zip file. Automatically, my Moodle will be integrated with new plugin. You can see that validating block auto attendance and continue. So whatever zip file I have downloaded without changes, without any modification to that zip, we will upload it as it is. Simply upload that zip file as it is on Moodle server in site administration, and you can see continue. It is checking different options. It is checking different settings, whether our Moodle deployment is able to take this plugin or not. And you will see it is installing. So after taking this, upgrade Moodle database now. Upgrade Moodle database now, so that new installed version, new installed plugin can work with our existing Moodle platform. So you can see that we are installing additional plugin here, and save changes. Now, earlier in my Moodle installation, it was not available. This plugin was not available, auto attendance. Now it is installed. Okay. Okay. Now what we will do? We will come to our site home. Okay. Site home. Okay. Yes, sir. I will tell that Mr. Vijay Kumar Upala. I will tell at end of this session how to integrate AI-based features. Okay. I will tell you one cloud platform quickly so that you can explore it. But that I will cover at end of this session using cloud platform. Okay. First of all, we will finish this point, and after that, I will tell you which cloud services we can use for AI-based features. Okay, using AI/ML. Okay, now you can see that we have installed additional block. So you can see this option is available. Add a block. Now in add a block, you can see this option, auto attendance block. This is the block that we have just installed. Visible to all of you? This auto attendance block, it was not available earlier. This block we have just installed from Moodle directory. This block, it was not available earlier. Is it visible to all of you? You can see this auto attendance block.
Hello.
We have from zip
Hello.
file from.
ओंकार आवाज येतोय का?
Okay. Now
Hello.
you can see on click of auto attendance block.
Yes, sir. Yes, Shankar Gadam sir.
Auto click.
Something. Gaurav sir, please.
Okay, ma'am, fine. So, dear participants, at end of this session, we will take your queries, whatever you want to discuss. First of all, we are finishing the content as per the schedule. Now you can see that this attendance module, this particular block was not available. Now you can see on this attendance, take attendance of my students. Okay, so add session as earlier we have seen. Okay, for which day, for which period I want to take attendance. What was it? What was the starting time of that period of that lecture? Okay, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. For how many days I want to take the attendance? Okay, so late time, how much late time is allowed? 10 minutes late time is allowed. If somebody came after 10 minutes, in that case it will be marked as present. Okay, so we can set all these things in this block. So add a block, auto attendance, that we have just installed from this. So you can see this zip file is available with me, block underscore auto attendance, which we have downloaded from Moodle plugin directory. Okay, and you can see that which IP addresses are allowed. We know that students are logged on with specific IP addresses. We already know that students are located their hostels. Okay, so set the range of IP addresses so that some student cannot mark the attendance from outside the campus. Okay, it should not have that student is visiting restaurant in some particular outside place and attendance is getting marked from that location. So we can point out the IP addresses of campus. These sessions are going on that particular premises or in a number of students. And you can see different type of reports. So it's presently grading settings, acronym, E for early, G for general. So you can move as per your convenience, as per your if we need only present, absent, and leave, in that case you can remove all these things. Okay, so we don't need any general or special or not called, only these are okay. So by this way we can automate the attendance register very effectively. So by this way we can use Moodle. Now, if I want to close server of Moodle, it can be done like this, and after this we can remove, we can shut down the server. Okay, because this application will run only on server only when your control panel will be open. Only control panel will be MySQL and Apache. Okay, if you have closed control panel, so this is your control panel of Moodle. So we have to start it. After starting, we have to configure, and once its work is done, and after that it will be finished. Okay, is this point clear to you? Moodle on attendance register, assignments, and space and types of study materials. Is it audible to all of you? This is okay to all participants? Is from participants are about voice? Voice is into all parts. Are you getting the voice quality okay? Okay. Now we will take one implementation very quickly, as one of the participants very frequently about AI-based implementation in Moodle. Okay, so as in earlier session also, we have seen so many platforms. One of the very common platform for chatbots, for AI-based bots, is pandorabots.com. Is it audible to all of you? Is it audible to all participants?
Initially it was breaking, sir. Now it is fine.
So Pandora bots, you can see it's free platform. You can use it free for limited messages. You can see, and you can sign in with Pandora bots platform, and you can see that simply log on to Pandora bots. You can take Google Dialogflow also for AI-based chatbots. Suppose you need that artificial intelligence-based chatbots should be developed. Artificial intelligence-based chatbots, okay, AI-based chatbots. For that, we use pandorabots.com or Google Dialogflow. Actually, this particular platform, Pandora Bots, is having inbuilt artificial intelligence markup language, AIML. So we can put our queries, we can give a complete database of questions and answers. Okay, so as you can see that here in my bots and edit code editor. So in this code editor, AIML UDC, this is a file. UDC, and we will open it at right-hand side. Its source code will be opened. Visible to all of you? Mr. Vijay Kumar Upala. Specifically, Mr. Vijay Kumar Upala was asking so many times about this particular thing. AI-based board. Suppose I want to put that, whosoever gives me message, hello should move. Okay, so whosoever gives message, okay, hello, welcome to our university. Following are the courses. Following are okay. So you might have seen this thing in so many platforms. and now save. Is it able to? Is it audible?
It's not clear, sir.
Query.
Breaking, sir.
So you will have to
Voice is breaking, sir.
for this
Gaurav sir, voice is breaking again.
artificial intelligence.
Hello.
Voice is not clear, sir.
Okay. Please confirm. Is it clear now?
It is now clear, sir.
Is it just a
Again,
No, sir. It is breaking, sir.
just a
participants, maybe there is some network issue. We'll get back soon.
yes, yes. I'm just getting back. I'm just coming back.
Okay, sir.
Reconnecting. Okay. Is it okay now?
Sir, we'll wait for you. Please join again. Srinivasa sir, are you there?
A minute.
Madam,
Yes, sir. Sir, in the meantime, till sir joins, I have certain questions which the participants are asking continuously. These are regarding the quiz timing and the pattern of the quiz, the platform on which the quiz.
it is 30 questions, multiple choice question. Quiz will be shared at 2:30 in the next session. Don't ask them not to wait.
Okay, so 30 questions. The form link, Google form link, the quiz link will be shared at 2:30 p.m. And the feedback.
Okay. Is it audible now?
Audible
Please
now.
confirm.
Thank you so much, Gaurav sir, for joining again. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now you can see that in Pandora Bots AIML UDC at right hand side you can see the complete markup language. Is it visible? Can you see the screen? That whosoever sends me some message like hello, hi, or whatever it is, then that person should get this particular message automatically. Okay, hello, welcome to our university, and following are the courses. If I put some other query, so what I will do, we will create a database of questions. We will create a database of all the keywords, and depending upon those keywords, which particular answer should be given, which particular response should be given to the users, to the customers. Okay, now if we want to see its demo, now this is the bot. Okay, so I'm publishing it again. So save, and after saving it, I will open it in a chatbot. And this link we can integrate in Moodle as a hyperlink. Okay, so on click of this, you can see that. So I'm writing some particular message here, and is it visible that I have written hi, and automatically this message is given from artificial intelligence markup language. Okay, I want to take admission. I want admission in CSC. Okay, currently it will give me exactly same reply for each question because I have not put any other response. So in this particular markup language, what I will do in this particular markup language, what I will do, will put this. Okay, this database create. Suppose admission CSC. If somebody uses these two keywords, admission CSC, in that case, okay, call 0112. Okay, and but this, if somebody asking me admission to PCE, automatic chatbot, this type of message will. Are you getting what I mean to say? By which way artificial intelligence markup language works? So whether you are working on chatbot of Airtel or Vodafone or some banking, they also check. They only check the keywords, and depending upon these keywords, the corresponding reply is given to the participants. The corresponding reply is given to the customers. Okay, if some other types of question which is not attended, in that case will not be question to the chat. In that case, it will not reply. Are you getting time to ask in a database? So obviously it will not be understandable by, because it is not inserted in database. Okay, are you getting the audio fine? Are you getting audio clearly? Okay, so if basically there are multiple channels available for okay, just I'm reconnecting. Is it audible to all of you? Are you getting the audio?
Yes, sir.
So have you understood? So we have to put the query in chatbot. In AI, we have to put the question answers. I'm giving you one demo. I'm giving you one demo of AI bot.
Hello, Gaurav sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Yes, ma'am.
Sir,
Is it audible, ma'am?
you are audible right now, sir, but we are not able to see the screen which you want to share here.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm sharing the screen now. I'm sharing screen now. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. The Google Meet.
Now I'm showing.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm showing that link. Okay, by which way, if we are sending some query which is not in the database of AI chatbot, that will not be answered. Okay, so you will see, I will show you very simple demo of a banking application. Okay, I'm showing you very simple demonstration of this. So one application we are opening here just to see the working of chatbot that we have just seen on Pandora bots. Okay, now you can see I'm ask Eva. Eva is the chatbot of HDFC Bank. Is it visible to all of you? Are you able to view this chat application of HDFC? Is it visible? Now you can see that I'm writing here saving account on chatbot. So obviously they have put something about saving account. So they are giving me so many options. Okay, which type of account I want to open. Okay, is it visible? Now I'm writing here fixed deposit. They will give this chatbot will give me answer because they are having the database of fixed deposit. Now you will see I'm putting something like this. I have put something haphazard. It is not understandable. You can see that I'm sorry. Could you please type your entire query again? Can you see this? It means this thing is not available in their database. I'm not able to answer your query. Why? Because this is haphazard question. If I'm putting here like this. So obviously it will not be understandable by the AI-based chatbot of bank. Okay, but if I am asking about some particular question, in that case, I will have to. In that case, that query should be in the database. Okay. And for more information about this particular topic, I'm having some other tools also. I will share it separately with you. Okay. So if you have any questions about this particular session, you can put in chat. You can ask your queries. Meanwhile, I'm sharing the study material of this session so that later on you can work on this I'm uploading this presentation on cloud and sharing this link. Meanwhile, you can ask your queries. I'm sharing this presentation to the participants. Just now I'm uploading this presentation on cloud so that later on you can work with it. If you have any question or any queries, you can put ask. Meanwhile, we are uploading this. Any question or query from the participants? You can please put in chat. This presentation. Yes, it's limited units of free. It's a limited accounts available. This presentation now on cloud. You can please wait. Meanwhile, I'm uploading this presentation. If you have any question, you can ask.
Sir, can you share your email ID with the participants?
Any question? Yes, ma'am. I'm just sharing the presentation, and in that presentation, my mail ID and details will be there.
Right, sir. Thank you.
Just now, I'm sharing.
Okay, sir. So while sir is
Please
sharing his
wait.
presentation and his email and yes, sir, contact information. Sir, yes, please continue. You want to share something with the participants?
Yes. Yes. If you have any question, if participants have some queries or some doubts, they can ask. Or later on also, if they work on Moodle LMS or other LMS, they can communicate. If you have any question, you can ask your queries. Meanwhile, I'm uploading this presentation. Any questions from the participants? Any questions from participants? You can write in chat. Is it audible to all of you?
Yes, yes, you are audible. Sir, there is one question from Dr. Yogananda. If you
Yes.
can.
Which LMS to choose, Moodle, Canvas, or Google Classroom? Actually, Google Classroom is a cloud platform, cloud service. So that can be used, but flexibility is not there in case of Google Classroom. If you want to create your custom learning environment, if you want to create, actually Moodle can be used for custom applications, for custom LMS based deployments. Google Classroom can be done, Google Classroom can be used, but it will work only where effectively where internet connectivity will be very, very good. Okay, but Moodle is not dependent on internet. You can deploy it on intranet where internet connectivity is not available. Yes, definitely. You can upload Excel sheet of all the students. Whenever, in case of own Moodle installation, there is option to upload bulk users. There is option to upload bulk list of students. So from clerical staff, from technical staff, you can take the list of students. Suppose there are 5,000 students, so you can upload all 5,000 students at once. Okay, rather than one by one. Okay, if you are creating your Moodle site at your own level, in that case, its minimum costing will start around in 1,000 rupees from GoDaddy. You will be having the hosting. Okay. if you want to upload quiz questions as Excel file in Moodle, in case of Moodle, there is a particular format that is known as a GIF format, GIFT. Okay, when you will work on quiz module, I will, if you can mail me separately. I will share those screenshots also, some additional videos also, how to use Excel sheet for videos. Okay, to take live sessions on Moodle, we generally integrate Big Blue Button. There is a particular plugin with name Big Blue Button, BBB, and it can be directly integrated. Okay, Big Blue Button, you can directly use it. Okay, just now I'm sharing this PPT. It is getting uploaded, and then you can go through all the contents. It is having all the screenshots and study material. If beside these contents you need some additional resources, you can mail me separately. As far as Canvas is concerned, that is also very effective. But as far as flexibility is concerned, programming flexibility is concerned, Moodle is widely used in so many universities. Okay, this link is available. Now I am sharing this study material. Dear participants, please confirm whether you are able to download this presentation or not. Simply click on this link and download. Yes, MOOKit is also fine. That can also be used. But why generally we use Moodle or Joomla, that we can use. Please confirm whether you are able to download this PPT. Please confirm. Yes, Moodle is fine to add AI features in PHP. We can customize AI based implementations. We can integrate AI based deployments. Please confirm whether all of you are able to download this presentation. Simply click on the link and download. It will be downloaded. I'm sharing it once again. Simply click on this link and download. And at end of this PPT, my mail details is mentioned. You can mail me separately. Okay, if you are working on some specific deployment, you can mail. If you are troubleshooting some particular issue, that you can also communicate later on. I will try to assist you in your troubleshooting. If you have any question, you can ask. Any query from the participants? And after this, we will conclude this session. Yes, actually, Teams is Microsoft Teams is also fine. That is for video conferencing. In similar way, we work for GoToMeetings or Cisco WebEx or Google Meet. Microsoft Teams is also okay. Okay, so it's up to the subscription. Which subscription we have taken? You can explore GoToMeeting also. Recently, we have used GoToMeetings in some sessions. That is also very effective. GoToMeetings. It is freely available, and all features are available similar to WebEx or Google Meet. Yes, for file sharing, we can use Google Drive. Wikisend is another cloud platform that we can use. Actually, if I will upload some data, some PPT in my Google Drive, in that case, I will be occupying my own Google Drive space. I will be consuming my own web space. So rather than consuming my own web space, I took it separately. And there is no need to create account Wikisend. Okay, in case of Wikisend, there is no need to create account. Simply upload, dynamic URL will be generated and share it. Okay. So by this way, I will not fill my Google Drive space. Any other query from participants?
Thank you so much, Gaurav sir.
After that, we will conclude.
Sir, there are no more questions. Srinivasa sir, are you there?
Yes, madam.
Done with the questions.
Thank you, Gaurav sir, for your excellent session, and it was really very informative, and many of the people have got very good information about the Moodle and other things. And I request all of you, please join back exactly at 2:30. We will have the demonstrations from some of the people who are actually working on different tools, and there will be a quiz. Don't worry. The quiz will be very simple, and we will send you just 30 questions. You have to do it. That's all. Thank you. So we will meet you back at 2:30.